Morning, one and all. Today we are going to discuss about the short circuit on synchronous generator. Okay, in the previous class we have discussed about the transients due to the short circuit in the three-phase transmission line, and then we derived the formula for the short circuit currents. Okay, that all will be discussed in the previous class. Now in the present class, okay, if the short circuits are obtained in the synchronous generator, okay, how we will be observed and what is the values for that currents, okay, that all will be discussed. Okay, this is the synchronous generator or the alternator. Okay, this is the diagram for that synchronous generator or the alternator. Okay, this is the stator. Okay, this is the three-phase synchronous generator. This is the stator, and in this I is equal to 0. Okay, we are assuming I is equal to 0 in the R phase, and this is the EB, EY. And this is the rotor. Okay, this is the rotor. Under normal condition, okay, under normal condition at no load, the synchronous generator can be represented as a synchronous generator has a armature winding on the stator and field winding on the rotor. Okay, under normal operating conditions, okay, the armature winding on the stator and the field winding on the rotor. Okay, we are assuming armature winding on the stator, and in the rotor we are having the field winding. Therefore, the field winding is connected to the DC supply. Okay, we are assuming this is the field winding. Okay, this field winding is connected to the DC supply. Okay, field winding. Okay, this is the rotor. Okay, in that rotor we are connecting the field winding, and then we apply the DC supply. Therefore, the current I is flowing through this field winding. Next, the resultant flux is able to produce the induced EMF. Okay, if you are giving the DC supply this field winding, then due to the resultant flux, an EMF is induced in the stator winding. Okay, and induced EMF will be able to deliver the current to the load. Okay, due to that induced EMF, okay, the current is delivered to the load. Okay, this current is lagging in nature. Okay, this current is lagging in nature. Okay, this current is influence the rotor flux, okay, which is called as the armature reaction. Okay, this current is influence the rotor flux. Okay, it is called as the armature reaction. Okay, what is meant by armature reaction means when we are giving the DC supply to the field winding. Okay, DC supply to the field winding and EMF is induced in the stator winding. Okay, due to that EMF, the current is flowing through the load. Okay, this current is lagging in the nature. Okay, therefore, this current is influences the rotor flux. Okay, that operation is called as the armature reaction. Okay, due to that armature reaction, the demagnetization takes place in the inductive nature. Okay, due to that armature reaction, the demagnetization is obtained. Okay, so the synchronous generator is represented, okay, electrically by leakage reactance XL and the armature reactance XD. Okay, and the armature reaction XD. Okay, therefore, this is the equivalent circuit of alternator at no load and normal operating condition. Okay, this is the equivalent circuit. Okay, this is the leakage reactance and this is the armature reactance. Okay, this is the leakage reactance and this is the X01 is the armature reaction. Okay, therefore it is the equivalent circuit of a synchronous generator under normal operating condition. Okay, due to the armature reaction, the demagnetization effect is obtained. Okay, that is in the inductive nature in the synchronous generator. Okay, therefore the synchronous generator equivalent circuit diagram is like this. Okay, this is the leakage reactant and this is the armature reactance at no load condition. The equivalent circuit diagram is like this. Okay, therefore the total reactance, okay, therefore the total reactance, it is represented by XD or the XS. Okay, therefore the total reactance, it will be represented by XD or the XS. Therefore XS is equal to XA plus XL. Okay, XA is the armature reactance and XL is the leakage reactance. Okay, therefore the resultant reactance, that is XD or the XS. Okay, it is equal to the armature reactance plus leakage reactance. Okay, suppose if we are assuming the short circuits that will be obtained on the synchronous generator or the alternator, okay, the resultant current delivered to the load will be zero. Okay, the resultant current that will be delivered to the load will be zero. Okay, but there will be a current up to a fault, okay, up to a fault point which is purely inductive in nature. Okay, due to the inductive faults, current, the armature reaction completely demagnetizes such that the magnetic coupling between the rotor stator fail and the mission has become as unstable. Okay, therefore when the short circuit faults occurs on the synchronous generator, okay, the current delivered to the load is equal to zero. Okay, but there will be a current up to the fault, okay, up to the fault point. Why? Because means it is the inductive nature. Okay, the loads are in the purely inductive nature. Okay, due to the inductive nature, okay, the inductive fault currents, the armature reaction completely demagnetizing. Okay, therefore the armature reaction is completely demagnetizing. Okay, therefore such that the magnetic coupling between the rotor and the stator is failed. Okay, and the mission has become unstable. Okay, there is a disturbance in between the magnetic coupling for the rotor and the stator, then the mission has become unstable. Okay, the mission has become unstable. Okay, in order to maintain that unstable to the stable, okay, between the stator and the rotor, the air gap flux should be strengthened. Okay, we are increasing the air gap flux in between the gap of that stator and the rotor. Okay, by increasing that air gap flux, okay, we are using the damper windings and the rotor field windings. Okay, by using the damper and the rotor field windings, we are increasing the air gap. Okay, due to that air gap, the unstable atom will be converted into the stable. The unstable mission will be converted into the stable operation. Okay, that's why we are using the damper winding or the rotor field winding. Therefore, the electrical equipment of generator under short circuit can be represented as like this. Okay, this is the no load condition for the synchronous generator. Okay, this is the armature reaction and this is the leakage reaction. But in this case, if the short circuits are obtained, then automatically the system is unstable. For improving, for converting that unstable mission to the stable, then we are using the damper windings or the rotor field windings. Okay, that's why we are adding the damper winding and rotor field winding. Okay, in this case, where XD is the damper winding and XA is the armature winding. Okay, the leakage reactance and the damper windings are connected in parallel to the armature under short circuit conditions or the faulted conditions. Okay, we are adding the damper windings and the rotor field windings. Okay, we are additionally adding the damper winding and the rotor field windings. Okay, this damper winding and the rotor field windings are connected in parallel to the armature. The leakage reactance and the damper reactance is connected in parallel to the armature reactance. Why? Because we are using this damper winding and field winding. Okay, we are converting that unstable mission to the stable. Okay, how that mission will be converted into the stable operation? Okay, due to the adding the damper and the leakage rotor field windings. Okay, by using from that circuit, okay, we can write as XD double dash. Okay, XD double dash is equal to XL plus 1 by XD plus 1 by XF plus 1 by XA. Okay, this is connected in parallel. Okay, that's why we are considering as like this. Okay, therefore XD double dash is the subtransient reactance. Okay, XD double dash is the subtransient reactance. Therefore, the subtransient reactance is equal to leakage reactance plus 1 by XD means damper reactance plus 1 by XF is the field winding reactance and 1 by XA is the armature reactance. Okay, therefore, the counter-induced EMF is disappeared from the damper windings. Okay, it will be mainly depending upon the time constant of alternators. Okay, such that the effect of damper winding is disappeared, but the effect of field winding is continued in practical period. Okay, the effect of the damper winding is disappear, but continue the effect of field winding in the practical view. Okay, therefore, the formula for subtransient reactance XD double dash is equal to leakage reactance plus 1 by damper reactance and 1 by field winding reactance and 1 by armature reactance. Okay, by using this formula, we calculate the subtransient reactance. Okay, understand ma? By using this formula, we can calculate the subtransient reactance. Next, now we are considering, now the reactance under this condition is known as the transient reactance. Okay, and the electrical circuit of that alternator on this condition, therefore, XD is neglected. Okay, and we are adding only the field winding reactance. That's why the diagram is replaced like this under the short circuit conditions. Okay, this is the XL and XA and XF, where XF is the field winding reactance and XL is the leakage reactance and XA is the armature reactance. Okay, the damper winding reactance is neglected. Okay, that's why we are representing the only the armature is connected in parallel to the field winding. Next, what is the formula for that XD? XD is the XD dash is the transient reactance and XD double dash is the XD double dash is subtransient reactance. Okay, this is the subtransient reactance and XD dash is the transient reactance. Okay, XD dash is the transient reactance. Okay, when we are removing the damper reactance, then the XD dash is the transient reactance is equal to XL. XL is the leakage reactance plus 1 by XF is the field winding reactance and 1 by XA is the armature reactance. 1 by XA is the armature reactance. Okay, the counter EMF due to the field winding may not excited for the long period. Okay, therefore, due to the field winding, the counter EMF does not obtain the for longer period. Only it will be obtained in the very less time period. Okay, hence the alternator should get into the steady state value. Okay, that's why the alternator will be coming to the steady state condition. Okay, by isolating the fault with the help of relays and the circuit breakers. Okay, these faults will be isolated with the help of a circuit breakers and the relay coils. Okay, by using these circuit breakers and relay coils, we identify the fault. Next, finally, we observe the subtransient reactance, transient reactance and reactance. Okay, this is the subtransient reactance and this is the transient reactance and this is the reactance. Okay, therefore XD double dash, that is the subtransient reactance, is less than the transient reactance is less than the reactance. Okay, therefore similarly the short circuit current double dash is greater than the short circuit current dash, and this is the this current is obtained due to the reactance, and this current is obtained due to the transient reactance, and this current is obtained due to the reactance. Okay, this will be observed in the transient periods, transient state condition. Okay, up to this point we obtain the is double dash to is dash, we are called as the subtransient period. Okay, up to the point short circuit double dash is equal to short circuit dash. Okay, this period is called as the subtransient period. Okay, after that period we will called as the transient period. Next, last state is the steady state period. Why? Because it is the steady state period means that, okay, in this there is no short circuit currents. Okay, in this case, due to the field winding, that field winding reactance does not obtain the counter EMF for the long period. Okay, the counter EMF due to the field winding may not exiting as a long period. Okay, it is obtained for the short period only. After that period we are called as the steady state period. Okay, after that period we are calling as the steady state period. Okay, up to subtransient period xc dash and isc dash and is double dash we are called as the subtransient period. After that period is called as the transient period. Then the waveform will be reached to the zero. Then that period is called as the steady state period. This is the steady state period. Therefore, we write the formula for that. Excess short circuit current is equal to ISC double dash plus ISC dash. Okay, up to this point we are called as the subtransient period. Okay, after that we are calling as the transient period. Okay, then ISC double dash plus ISC dash plus ISC. Okay, then it will be considered as root of 2V. Okay, this is the RMS value for that voltage. Then ISC double dash is 1 by XT double dash minus 1 by XT dash e power minus T by TD dash, TD double dash plus. Okay, after that we are obtaining the steady transient period. Okay, that is 1 by XT dash minus 1 by XD e power minus T by TD dash. Okay, plus 1 by XD. Okay, this is the steady state period. Okay, then this total will be multiplied with sine of omega t plus alpha minus theta. Okay, this is the subtransient period. Okay, this is the transient period, and this is the steady state period. Okay, this is the subtransient period, and this is the transient period, and this is the steady state period. Okay, this is the formula for that short circuit currents. Okay, in the case of a generator or the alternator. Okay, this is the derivation for the short circuit currents in the synchronous generator or the alternator. Okay, next coming to the problem. Coming to the problem, okay, find the fault currents in the following systems. Okay, we find the fault currents. Okay, this is the given diagram. Okay, this is the generating station. Okay, in that V1 is equal to 1 at an angle of 0 degrees. And XT double dash is equal to J 0.1, that is 50 MVA and 11 kilovolts. And this is the J 0.15 per unit. And this is the V2 at 1 at an angle of 0 degrees, and this is the faulted condition. Okay, this is the given diagram. By using this given diagram, okay, we are taking the some assumptions, that is the system is on no load condition. Okay, we are considering the system is on no load condition. Okay, all the bus voltages, okay, we are taking the two buses. This is the bus 1 and this is the bus 2. Okay, this is the bus 1 and this is the bus 2. Okay, therefore all the bus voltages as 1 per unit. Okay, bus voltages is 1 at an angle of 0 degrees, that is 1 per unit. Next, calculate the fault current. Okay, first one is the bolted fault. Next one is the fault reactance, X is equal to 0.05 per unit. Okay, find the fault currents. Okay, by using these following assumptions, we will calculate the fault current for two-bus system. Okay, first of all, we are considering as IF is equal to J0 per unit. Okay, bolted fault means in this, the impedance Z fault is equal to the J0 per unit. Okay, next, what is the second assumption? The fault reactance. Okay, therefore, the fault reactance X equal to 0.05 per unit. Okay, then ZF is equal to J0.05 per unit. First, bolted fault means we are considering as the Z is equal to 0. And the fault reactance is second bit, we are considering Z is equal to 0.0 per unit. Okay, these are the two initial conditions. Okay, next, when ZF is equal to 0 per unit at bolted condition, at the fault condition, V2 is equal to 0 since it is short circuited. Therefore, V2. Okay, what is the bus voltage? V2 is equal to 1 at an angle of 0 degrees. But at for bolted condition, ZF is equal to 0. Therefore, at fault condition, voltage is also equal to 0. Why? Because means it is a short circuited. Okay, in the short circuit, V2 is equal to 0. Okay, therefore, the fault current, okay, the formula for fault current is V by Z. Okay, therefore, the fault current IF is equal to V by Z. Okay, where Z is equal to only we are considering as the reactance, that is, we are taking as IF is equal to V by X. V by X. Next, what is the voltage? Okay, that is J 0.1 or 1 at an angle of 0 degrees. That is 1 at plus, sorry, 1.0 per unit by X. Okay, what is that reactance? J 0.1. What is the XG double dash? That is J 0.1. Okay, therefore this is equal to J 0.1 plus. What is the fault reactance? J 0.5. Okay, this is the J 0. Faulted reactance is J 0.05. And first we are draw the per unit reactance diagram by using this single line diagram. Okay, first of all, we are considering as this is the generator and this is the transmission line and this is the fault. Okay, generator. Okay, what is the equivalent reactance diagram for that generator? Generator is replaced with reactance in series with the voltage. Easy. Okay, reactance in series with the voltage, easy. And next one is the transmission line. The transmission line is represented as only reactance. Okay, okay, that will, this type of problems will be discussed in the first unit. And this is the earthed, fault earthing. Okay, at this condition, bolted means ZF is equal to 0. Okay, consider this is ZF is equal to 0. Next, what is the transmission line reactance? J 0.15 and the generator is, okay, this is J 0.15 per unit. And the values for that generator is J 0.1. Okay, this is the generator equivalent reactance diagram and this is the transmission line equivalent reactance. Okay, this is the equivalent circuit for the given single line diagram. Okay, by using this single line diagram, we draw the equivalent reactance diagram. Okay, this is the equivalent reactance diagram. Okay, and then we find the IF current. Okay, therefore IF is equal to V by X. Okay, where V is 1, by x is equal to J0.1 plus J0.15. Okay, J0.1 plus J0.15. Okay, then the fault current is equal to minus J4. Okay, the fault current is equal to minus J4. Next, what is the second fault? We are considering as the reactance. Okay, that is the fault reactance is J0.05 per unit. Okay, then we are adding the J0.05 in the reactance diagram. Okay, this is the J0.05. Okay, that will be added to the reactance diagram. Okay, what is the faulted volt? That is minus J4. Okay, that is minus J4. Okay, this is the minus J4. Next, we calculate the current, okay, by using this MVA and KVA, okay, then we obtain the current value, that is 2624.3. Okay, by using the MVA and the voltage value, okay, we are calculating the current and find the RMS current for that value, okay, then we obtain 2624.3 value, okay, then we calculate the fault current, okay, this is the fault current. And we calculate the fault current IF equal to V by Z. Okay, what is the V1 at an angle of 0? V by Z is the X. Okay, first 0.1 plus 0.15 plus 0.05. Okay, we are adding all the reactance values. Okay, this is the generator reactance and this is the transmission reactance and this is the fault reactance. Okay, after that we calculate the IF current. Then we calculate the IF per unit value. Okay, what is the formula for per unit current? Actual current by base current. Okay, per unit equal to actual current by base current. Okay, what is the actual current formula? Base value into per unit value. Okay, therefore, IF base is equal to, okay, this is the IF base value. Okay, that will be calculated by using MVA and KVA rating by √3. Okay, this is the IF base. Then we calculate the IF actual is equal to IF base into IF per unit. Okay, what is the IF per unit value? This is minus J3.33. Okay, substitute minus J3.33 into 2624.3. Okay, then we obtain the IF fault current. Okay, this is the IF fault current. Okay, this is the problem that will be related to the short circuit currents in the case of a synchronous generator. Okay, this is the equivalent reactance diagram. Okay, by using this equivalent reactance diagram, we will calculate the various currents. Okay, similarly, we solve the problem, another problem that will be related to the synchronous generator. Okay, this is the given problem. Okay, in this problem, we are having the Z bus of a three-phase bus system is given as, okay, in the question, the Z bus is given, okay, therefore Z bus is equal to J0.16, J0.08, J0.12, J0.08, J0.4, J0.6 and so on, J0.34. Okay, this is the given Z bus. Okay, by using this given Z bus, calculate the per unit fault currents. Okay, calculate the per unit fault currents. Okay, and then we obtain the pre-fault voltage is 1 per unit. The system was unloaded. Before the fault, a three-phase fault occurs at the bus 2. Okay, we are having the three buses. That is the bus 1, bus 2 and the bus 3. Okay, the post-fault voltage at bus 3, buses 3 and the 1. calculate the per unit fault current values at bus 1. Okay, by using this given data, we calculate the fault currents at the bus 1. Okay, this is the Z bus matrix. Okay, by using that matrix, first of all, we draw the diagram for that single line diagram and the reactance diagrams. Okay, after that, we are calculating the per unit fault currents. Okay, and that we are having the 3 buses, that is the bus 1, bus 2, and bus 3. Okay, at the each and every bus we are having the faults, that is the pre-fault and the post-faults that will be obtained in between the buses. Okay, then we calculate the what is the fault current. Okay, like that we are calculating the formula for the fault current is IF fault is equal to IF actual fault current by base value. Okay, IF base current. Okay, this is the problem that will be given in the question. Okay, this problem will be discussed in the next class. Okay, this is the given single line diagram for that problem. Okay, we are considering as the 3 buses, bus 1, bus 2, and the bus 3. Okay, and then in the given we are in the problem that will be given the post fault voltages at bus 3 and the bus 1. Okay, at bus 3 and the bus 1 we are obtaining the post fault voltages, and a 3-phase faults are occur on the bus 2. Okay, and the 3-phase faults will be occur in the bus 2. Okay, the solution for the problem is continue in the next class. Okay, this is the derivation for that short circuit currents in the case of a synchronous generators or the alternators. This is the transient period formula and this is the subtransient periods. Okay, by using these transients and subtransient period calculations, okay, we can obtain the short circuit fault currents. Okay, we continue in the next class.